Colin, I get being upset, but at the same time, please keep your hands and your feet to yourself.
P-A-S-C-A-L.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, crush that follow button on my Facebook page as well if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Yeah, anyway, we got to jump into this story. We haven't really been in the true crime realm as much as of late, but we are circling back into it because this is a case that I've been very, very interested in. The trial has started. It's been about, they started last week to be exact. And what I'm talking about is the trial of Kaitlin Armstrong. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick summary of that in just a second. But one of the things that's been popping off in the internet right now is Kaitlin Armstrong's boyfriend, Colin Strickland. He just got brought in to testify in this particular case. And there's just a lot of things that happened. Mainly what happened when he walked out of the trial, out of the courtroom and the courthouse.
Midway through the day, our cameras captured this moment. Colin Strickland pushing down another photographer's camera.
Everybody, keep your hands and feet to yourself. It's not a good look, in my personal opinion. We're going to get into that in just a second. Of course, I always get ahead of myself. But for those of y'all who are late to the party, who don't know the full story of this, I'm just going to give you a brief summary really quick. Okay, so on the night of May 11th, 2022, professional cyclist Anna Moriah, she also goes by Mo Wilson, was fatally shot at a friend's home in Austin, Texas. Okay. Now, police have charged Kaitlin Marie Armstrong, a yoga instructor or yoga teacher and realtor, with lurking, because we got to use these code words, and taking the life of Wilson in the belief that the was actually the result of a romantic jealousy ignited by Wilson's casual encounter with Kaitlin's boyfriend, or Kaitlin's then boyfriend, Colin Strickland, who also is a professional cyclist. To add even more craziness to this, Armstrong spent 43 days at large prior to her capture in Costa Rica, where authorities say she had been trying to set up a whole new life down there. I mean, she did plastic surgery. She did all kinds of stuff. Okay. She was gone out here in these wilderness streets for 43 days, had enough time to do a little nip and tuck and go on the run. Even so, even recently, she was going to a doctor's appointment while she was incarcerated, and she actually tried to run away.
New video shows Kaitlin Armstrong running from correctional officers yesterday while leaving a medical building in Austin, Texas. She ran more than a block into a neighborhood and tried to scale a fence while in handcuffs, but she was successfully recaptured.
Real talk, that actually happened. Now, the thing is if you guys are interested in me doing a full breakdown of the entire case leading up to the trial, please press the number 1 in the chat and let me know. Holla at your boy, because I'd be more than happy to tell you guys this story. But we got to get into this Colin Strickland part. Now, Colin, again, he's a pro cyclist, okay, was basically living with Kaitlin Armstrong while he was still having these conversations with Mo. Behind, or it seems like Kaitlin knew the entire time, but behind Caitlin's back. So there's a lot of questions that have been sparking off, wondering, okay, was it his doing, his wrongdoing that sparked or inspired her to get into a jealous rage, to take this woman's life and all that? There's so many questions about this, and I have those questions too, which we are going to get into. If you guys hit that number 1 in the comments section, let me know. Okay, if you guys want to hear my take on this case. Colin doesn't know how to act right, apparently. Okay, and I don't care how bad or how great that his testimony, was good, how good or bad his testimony was. If it was bad or good, you should not be going out here and stepping on cameramen's feet, shoving camera women, photographers, etc. You shouldn't be doing that. Keep your hands to yourself and keep it moving, okay? Plenty of sidewalk for you to walk, plenty of hallway for you to walk to avoid these cameramen. And I get it that maybe he feels that the media has dressed him up to look a certain way, but at the same time, the real job is for him to go to that stand, tell his story, tell his truth, and go back to his life. Again, I get the frustration and the anger. He probably lost money, maybe some sponsors in this whole situation, but at the same time, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay? Keep your hands to yourself and your feet, because apparently he likes to use his feet too.
Leaving the courthouse, he's being escorted by sheriff's deputies and other armed security, and he actually just goes out of his way to step and stomp on this photographer's foot. And actually, if you listen closely, you can hear that photographer actually scream out in pain. We have that full clip. Let's take a look together. Ouch!
Kaitlin Armstrong trial updates, text messages between Colin Strickland and Mo Wilson are revealed as boyfriend at center of jealous lover M case is seen shoving a camera. Now, he shoved more than just a camera. He shoved a camera, he shoved shoved a cameraman, shoved another camera woman, stepped on another cameraman's foot, and all that. I mean, he did not give two damns, which is absolutely insane. And again, does not help in bringing justice for Mo. It makes it seem it's giving off a different vibe. It's giving off a different narrative. And it's not a narrative that I feel like the prosecution really wants to be seen out here in the court of public opinion and inside the court as well. But I digress. Let's continue. The final messages exchanged between Kaitlin Armstrong's cyclist boyfriend and his former lover, which apparently it was his current lover too, which is interesting, who turned up unalived just hours after the conversation, have been revealed. On Monday, the trial of Kaitlin Armstrong for the unaliving of Mo Wilson continued with Armstrong's former boyfriend, Colin Strickland, on the stand. Now, Armstrong, as we already know, is being charged with unaliving with M, okay? The love rival, Moriah Mo Wilson, on May 11th, 2022 in Austin, Texas. The same day, Wilson had been on a platonic swimming date with Strickland. Now, and that could be it. You know, maybe they were lovers at first, but then they became friends and they just remained friends. But maybe Colin knew, was trying to avoid problems with his current girlfriend or the girlfriend at the time, Kaitlin, by maybe hiding her number, putting it under a different name, her phone number and all that, so that he could still stay in contact with her. I don't know, but still not so great stuff here. Okay. Armstrong denies the charges, but has yet to provide an alibi. Exactly. There's even footage, ring cam footage, where you can hear the final moments of Mo's life. It's absolutely heartbreaking, shocking, insane. But you can actually hear the final moments. And she still has not provided an alibi. Let's not forget, too, that her Jeep was filmed by neighborhood ring cameras. It says it right here. Neighborhood ring cameras arriving and leaving the scene at the time of the M. So tell me you did it without telling me you did it, right? So on Monday, Colin Strickland was visibly frustrated while walking around the courthouse, testified that Armstrong was jealous of his relationships and friendships with other women. Now, if there was a past between Strickland and Mo, then there was a past between Strickland and Mo. But that still does not. I can understand there being a a peppering of jealousy, right? With the current girlfriend and the ex and all that stuff. But that still does not justify the taking of this young woman's life. Never. It never will. And even so, because there are people saying that maybe, he pushed her to this by playing games with her, by being a cheater, driving her to the point of insanity, beyond sanity, for her to go and do this thing. Still, no matter what, it does not justify taking the life of this young woman, period. Doesn't matter if he manipulated, doesn't matter if he was a serial cheater, a pathological liar, doesn't matter. This young woman should still be on this planet. But let's continue. So they said, and this is a part of the text messages that have been finally been revealed. Okay, says on May 10th, 2022, Wilson texts Strickland. Okay, so Mo texted Colin that she was coming to Austin for a few days for a race. The pair made plans to go swimming and grab a drink on May 11th. At 4:32, she texted him to pick her up at a friend's house. At 5:43 p.m., he texted her to tell her he was outside. Strickland then told the court how he changed Wilson's name in his phone to Christine Wall to avoid Armstrong's wrath. It's no one that I know, but it's the name I used in my phone for Mo, he said. If convicted, Armstrong faces up to 99 years in prison. Her attorneys have claimed that the prosecution has no scientific evidence linking Armstrong to Wilson's unaliving. Now, last week, Strickland told the court that he was apprehensive about entering a long-term relationship with Armstrong. Other texts revealed that Armstrong was managing Strickland's earnings as a professional cyclist. Yeah, she was running his accounts, had access to how much money he made, etc. In some messages, she warned him against spending time with Wilson. I know you know better than to show up at this particular cycling event with that girl, she texted him on October 28th, 2021, 8 months before the unaliving. So this has been going on for a long time. He threw back, could you please be an adult? I am not going because I am trying to respect you. At 8:05 that night, he texted her again. Did you call Mo? What the F? She told him she couldn't talk. On March 2, 2023, Armstrong was furious after seeing an Instagram photo of the pair competing a cycling race. Now, send my love to Mo, she quipped. Can you please stop, he begged her. On the day of the unaliving, when he was swimming with Wilson, Strickland told Armstrong that he had been there to drop off flowers at a friend's house. Hey, are you out? I want to drop some flowers for Allison at her son's house up north, and my phone died. Heading home unless you have another food suggestion, he said. Last week, jurors were played Ring surveillance camera footage from a neighbor in which Wilson could be heard screaming. Then 3 gunshots were heard. Prosecutors say Armstrong, using a gun Strickland purchased for her, pulled the trigger at Mo twice in the head and once in the heart. It is believed that she then fled the apartment on Wilson's bicycle, which was found dumped in bushes behind her apartment. That's just insane. She then fled to Texas after an initial police interview. She flew to Costa Rica, where she claims she was merely teaching yoga. So to me, from the testimony, from the text messages and how he's been acting right now, clearly it shows to me that this is just the sign of a pathological liar, someone who is manipulating the situation as best as he could so he can have his cake and eat it too. Let's be real. He was finessing as much as he could but he clearly could not get his mind or could not stay away from Mo. For what reason, I do not know. But at the end of the day, you have footage out here where he's coming out of the courtroom very, very angered, very perturbed, okay? Pissed off, for lack of a better term, and putting his hands on cameramen. Cameramen. Why would you do that? Why are you putting your hands on the people that are just doing their doggone job? Listen, this is not a good look at the end of the day, because apparently, from what I understand, the defense feels like they walked away with a victory after his testimony. All of this is showing to me that this is a guy that manipulated the situation so that he could stay close with this woman, with Mo. And now this woman has lost her life. I'm not sitting here saying that it's Colin's fault. Not at all. Not saying that at all. All these breadcrumbs lead to the demise of this young woman. And it doesn't justify the demise of this young woman. It is clear to me that Kaitlin Armstrong did this piece. Was it motivated by a cheating boyfriend? A swashbuckling scallywag? I leave that question up and that decision up to you. But at the end of the day, it still does not justify taking the life of an innocent young woman. Doesn't matter if they were having relations behind her back for several months on end. It still does not garner the result and the ending of this woman's life in the way that it did. It's very, very sad. But at the same time, Colin going out here, pushing people, shoving people, it doesn't shed a good light on him. If he is innocent, he needs to be acting innocent. And I don't see that right now. I get it that he lost a friend. He lost a girlfriend. I'm sure he lost some money too, being connected to this trial. But at the end of the day, keep your hands to yourself. Be a gentleman. Be an adult out here in these streets. Let media do what they need to do and go on and live your life. Your job is to go onto that stand and tell the truth. That's it. Just tell the truth and keep it moving so that your friend can get the justice that she rightfully deserves. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Where do you stand on this? You know, this whole thing is still this is a sad story. And of course, I would love to give you more of a breakdown of everything because there's so much more to this story, like a full breakdown of this case. I'd be more than happy to give that to you guys. So let me know by hitting that #1 in the chat down below. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, crush that follow button on my Facebook page. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. But anyway, again, keep your hands to yourself and your feet. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.